Hi, you must be Jessica Vaughn.
Hi.
I'm Emma Cox. I'm your social worker here at the Community Health Center. Feel free to take a seat.
Thanks. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you as well. So basically, I'm here to talk to you about any emotional or social concerns you might have. So I know you met with Dr. Kennett regarding your pregnancy, and I was wondering what you wanted us to discuss here today.
Well, I guess why I'm reaching out in this regard is just I'm not really sure how to move forward with this. I don't know if Dr. Kennett shared any details with you, but this pregnancy is kind of unplanned for, and let's just say the father and I aren't on good terms in the sense that we're not really an item or in a relationship. So that kind of makes things a little bit more complicated for me because it feels like this only happens on TV shows. And now it's happening to me and I don't know what to do.
So it sounds like you feel a bit overwhelmed just because you don't feel like you have the support from a partner.
Yeah.
Does he know about the pregnancy?
I haven't really talked to him. It's kind of a messy relationship in sorts. We dated when we were younger and it's been an on and off kind of thing for years, and we just figured that we would never like fully compatible with each other to start a family. So kind of having this happen out of the blue is not the easiest thing to bring up with him, just because I think right now in his life he's probably seeing somebody else. So I kind of don't want to intrude on his life and just be like, oh hey, guess what? I might be pregnant. Slash, I'm not, might be, I am.
So you feel like if you were to tell him, you'd be intruding on his life then? Is that what you feel like?
Kind of. I mean, like, I don't think any of us necessarily signed up for this. It's kind of a non-commitment based thing that we have going on, and realistically, out of all the people in this world, it's kind of awful that he's the dad, and that might make me sound like a bad person. But in my ideal world of, you know, great, you're passing on like genes and traits and stuff like that to your child. He's not really the greatest character person for that. So yeah, it's just kind of stressful on all fronts. I don't even know what I want to do with this.
Yeah, that can be an overwhelming process, especially if you don't have your partner supporting you. Do you have any other family members or friends that you've told that you're able to talk to?
I've told my best friends. They're very supportive in that. Haven't told my parents yet. Don't know how they would react. It's a fairly traditional household. And yeah, that might be an awkward conversation.
So when you say traditional household, do you mean relating to your culture, like your background?
Like, my parents are really open with the idea of, you know, sex before marriage, whatever. But the fact that we're not even together as a thing might be kind of hard to pass over. Seriously, fun talk. I'm not looking forward to this. If I realize that, you know, as a grown woman, I do have to like have these hard conversations in life. I just didn't think I would be having them now. I just didn't think, you know, this would be happening, that I would actually have to have those kinds of conversations.
So is that something of concern to you, talking to your parents?
Kind of, just because I think the major thing is that I almost feel like I've disappointed them in a way, by having this outcome.
So besides disappointment, like what else do you think you feel regarding the pregnancy?
I just don't know if I'm ready for it. Like, I've always loved children. I think they're adorable, but in a very temporary way, like, oh, babysit for you. I'm like, you're adorable. But once they start crying, I'd be like, okay, you can take your children back. But this is kind of a long-term, no give back kind of situation, and I don't know if I'm necessarily ready to take on that role and responsibility per se. Do you have children?
No, not currently, no.
Would you be terrified of having children?
Yeah, so that would, especially when it's unplanned, it can be overwhelming and can be hard to deal with. That's why I'm here to talk to you about it.
Mm-hmm.
Did Dr. Kennett talk to you about any of the options available to you?
Yeah, he briefly explained like what I could potentially do, like I could keep the child, abortion, whatever. And I don't even know where I stand on that because that's a whole other like debate in like society right now. Like, do I give up a life because I was simply being irresponsible? It's like, yeah, that on my conscience, or I don't know. Like, I think it would be great to have a child at some point in my life. I don't know if that's now, but I don't know if that's doing any justice to this whatever is going on in there. I feel like it's a moral dilemma on top of like me being, I guess, responsible or selfish about it.
So you feel like if you were to go with the route of an abortion, you'd feel very selfish? That was your choice?
I think so. It's not like I'm opposed to having children. I would love to have children of my own someday. Is it kind of a sucky situation where this happened unplanned and with not the ideal partner, where there is no father figure? Like, I think I'm also trying to think long term, right? Despite this being kind of thrown into my life, like, how difficult would it be to find like a partner who's supportive of the fact that, you know, I'm carrying somebody else's child and be like, oh hey, do you want to jump on this adventure with me? I don't think a lot of people are willing to do that per se.
So you say you have concerns not only about the pregnancy right now, but also your future relationships and how it would affect that?
For sure, it's just like if I was to be responsible and have this child, like I don't want them to feel unwanted in any situation, you know what I mean? Like, it kind of sucks for parents to come to you and be like, you were in an accident, that's awkward. But the fact that, like, you know, you have to have future awkward conversations where you're like, your dad's kind of not the greatest person, but if you do want to meet him, then yeah, whatever. But, you know, this potential father figure here may or may not accept you either. It's just very messed up kind of family dynamic. But, you know, you see on TV all the time, like, people look around you and, like, if they could do it, I could probably do it-ish, maybe, I don't know. Maybe I'm overthinking things. Am I overthinking things?
I think it's good to like work through it and think about it. There's definitely a lot of options and a lot of possibilities of what could happen. And, you know, don't feel like it's gonna be too hard to work it out. Yeah, that's what we're here for. What we're here to talk about. Is there any kind of like option you're leaning towards? Like if you were to have the child, would you want to give it up for adoption? Is that ever a possibility? Or if you were to have it, did you want to keep it?
See, I think the easy way out would be putting up the child for adoption, but I don't think that's something I would want to do or be able to live with. I think just the idea of like having a child grow for 9 months inside of you, and then once it's out in the world, you just have to like, I don't know, maybe I've been watching too many dramas anymore. People get really attached to them, and you're like, I feel bad even if like just this conversation alone, it feels like I'm doing injustice to it a little bit. I'm like considering other options. I don't know.
And have you thought about how the father would react when you tell him?
I honestly have no clue. He's a little bit of how do you put this nicely? He's slightly unpredictable. So I don't know exactly how he would potentially react. I don't know. Maybe this is awful of you to say, but I don't know if he would want to have, if he would want me to have a child. Just because that's something so permanent.
And if he were to say that to you, how would it make you feel?
We have a slightly volatile relationship. I'm just prefacing it by saying that. But I would probably tell him to GTFO. Mainly because I understand, like, baby happens when, man and woman comes together, whatever, and that you need both parties for a child to occur. But at the end of the day, I'm going to be the one who has to be carrying this child for 9 months and, like, going through the whole birthing process. So, as awful as it sounds to leave him out of the equation, I don't think at this point it's up to him to dictate what I want to do, per se, just because it is my body.
So you're confident that you can make the choice that's right for you then?
Like, I don't want to sound inconsiderate. Like, it matters to, just because, his DNA has been mixed up in all this and whatnot. And maybe down the road he wants to be involved. Maybe he wants to be completely removed. I don't know. I realize I do have that side of the conversation with him. But hopefully when I do talk to him, I will have already made up my mind on what exactly I want to do, so that way I'm not confusing him too. Because that's kind of a little unfair.
So tell me about your present situation right now. Do you have a job or are you in school?
I'm in school, doing my master's, and doing part-time work at the same time, just to balance it out. So, mentioned earlier that I've already told a couple of my girlfriends about this, and they're all super supportive. Some of them are married with children already. I know lucky people. But they were saying if I was leaning towards the option of keeping the child, they would be more than happy to, like, lend a hand or, like, help out with things. So that's kind of a relief, and I know my parents are, like, great with children. I just need to break the ice with them and then be like, oh, hey, you might have a grandchild.
Yeah, so you feel like you could have a lot of support raising the child,
I think
if the father wasn't in the life?
I think so.
Yeah. So how do you feel about your situation with the schooling? Like, are you going to have to postpone it for a while to have the child, or are you going to want to go through school with the child if you decide that route?
Well, seeing this as my first pregnancy, I don't really know how this whole 9 months is really going to spin and what it looks like. I know you read about these kind of things, but it's different depending on the individual and, like, their body and whatever. But I think personally, like, I would try to get as far as I could with my master's before it's actually impossible for me to actually, like, focus on work. But I don't know yet. I have no idea. Maybe postponing it. I mean, I know quite a few other students who have children, and they're really dragging out the years for that. Is that ideal for me? No, but is it an accommodation I'm willing to make? Yes.
So it sounds like you're leaning towards more keeping the child. Is that correct?
So. It's weird, even though if it happened by accident, it's one of those things where you're like, oh crap, it already happened. Like, I guess you just have to choose how you want to react to it. And you always get down with these, like, moral, ethical dilemmas where you're like, oh, in theory, I'd like to do this and stuff like that. So, I guess silver lining to all of this is that I get to actually see how far I'm willing to go to stand up for what I believe in certain ways.
Are you worried about finances at all? Is that something of concern to you?
but hopefully with the support of like my parents and stuff like that, the first couple of years will be a bit easier until I find actually like stable full-time work. Yeah. It just feels like I increased the level of difficulty in my life by a couple of stages, just slightly. It's a lot to think about. I don't know.
And have you found that it's been consuming your thoughts a lot lately? Like you're unable to concentrate on other things?
Kind of. It's just like when I'm not working or doing things like that require my full attention, like I'll find myself spacing out a little bit and I'll spend maybe a good 20 minutes here and there and just feel like thinking about what I would do if like certain situations popped up. Like, how these 9 months are gonna go, what's gonna happen after the 9 months, and then what happens when they grow up and they have to go through university or college or whatever. It's a little stressful, I'm not gonna lie. Makes me also appreciate my parents a whole lot more. Because they had to go through all of that with me.
So it sounds like the future is very concerning for you, not just the immediate future of having a child, but just then how the rest of your life is going to work out.
Like I want to be responsible and make sure I can provide for the child. And by no means am I like struggling by the poverty line, but also like children are expensive in this day and age, and I hate to put it in like monetary terms, but they are in terms of like schooling, lessons, like if they want to do extracurriculars, if they want to do like piano lessons, am I thinking too far ahead? Maybe.
So would you say you're a combination of nervous and excited about the possibility of having a child?
I think so. The finances do weigh down quite a bit, but at the same time, while it's like mapping it out, it's kind of like whenever you have like conversations with your friends, they're like, oh, your ideal family and my child, and you're it's kind of like going through that now. When first jump started versus like maybe 5 to 10 years down the road. But yeah, it's kind of forcing me to start a new chapter of my life, which is exciting but terrifying at the same time, really. But I guess it's nice. I've been in school for so long now. So a change of pace is appreciated in some sense. Maybe this wasn't exactly what I was thinking of when I was in that lull of academia, but it does the trick. Gets the job done for sure. Yeah.
Well, it definitely seems like you have a very optimistic way of looking at life. So.
I sure gets you through the days.
Yeah. Are there any like specific issues that you're really concerned about in the more immediate future, like regarding your pregnancy?
I guess I don't really know what's out there in terms of like resources and support outside of like my family and my girlfriends. Like it's kind of like one of those things when you know people go through, but you don't actually know how they do it. It's just like magically they have a kid and somehow everything's all set and you're like, how did you manage that? Because it all seems kind of like a blur to me, and like I feel like I have this timeline of expected things like 9 months, their first year, whatever. But I don't know actually how to get from point A to point B to point C.
Well, it's definitely good that you know the first step coming here to the community service center. The doctor can provide you with a lot of the medical information, and I can connect you to resources that you can get into contact with.